Picking the wrong edition of Dune Awakening might not ruin your game, but it could mean starting later, landing in a different shard than your friends, or paying for stuff you don't care about. So before you buy, let me walk you through exactly what you're getting. I'll be breaking down the editions, early access, who you can play with, and if the season pass is actually worth your spice, or just extra sand. Let's begin. If you're anything like me, you want to know exactly what you're getting, so let's go over what each edition of Dune Awakening actually includes. And first we have the Standard Edition. This is your clean entry point. You get the base game and, if you pre-order, 2 cosmetics, the Terrarium of Muad'Dib and the Sunset Die. You'll also be starting with the main wave of players. And then we have the Deluxe Edition. It has everything in standard, plus early access, pre-order required of course, as well as the season pass with 4 future DLCs, along with an exclusive armor set. So let's move on to the Ultimate Edition. If you buy that, you get everything from Deluxe, plus premium content, a building set, the 2021 film still suit, the official soundtrack, a digital art book, as well as some swatches. Now, there's a lot baked into these editions: early access, future DLC, cosmetics, but 2 of these things deserve a closer look. Early access gives you a slight head start, and the season pass adds extra content post-launch. Neither is essential, but both can enhance your experience. Let's unpack what those actually mean for your time on Arrakis, starting with early access. If you buy Deluxe or Ultimate Edition, you'll start playing on Dune 5, that's 5 days before Standard Edition players join in on Dune 10. Is that a massive advantage? Not really, you won't be locking down rare land or unlocking exclusive power. That said, it does give you a chance to explore, get familiar with the systems and start building or leveling up with a smaller player pool. What really matters is that it lets you and your group start together before things get crowded, and that makes a difference. But whether or not early access is right for you depends a lot on how Dune's world is structured, and that's where things get a bit more complex. Let's talk about Seiches, worlds, and why the server system actually matters. Dune Awakening doesn't use one giant server, instead it uses worlds, which are broken into smaller instance zones called Seiches. Think of a world as a region, and Seiches as neighborhoods inside that region. The map is the same, but the players and their base building progress are separate. Your Hagabazin, the main base zone, is tied to your siege, so if your friend is in a different one, their local player base and land availability could look very different. And that, my friends, brings us to a few key questions, especially if you're playing with friends. Question: how does early access affect server placement? And the answer is, early access players get placed into the first sieges created. Standard edition players will land in fresh sieges starting June 10. They're not better or worse, just different timing. If there's spots left, you should be able to join older sieges too. Question: will I be at a disadvantage if I join after early access? And the answer is, not in a major way. There will be fresh sieges available, but you will be arriving after others have already started leveling, exploring, and getting familiar with the world, so expect a bit of catch-up, especially if your friends started early. Question: can I play with friends in different sieges? And the answer is yes. You can visit their siege, help with missions, hang out, even assist with their base if they allow it. The only thing you can't do is build or claim land there. Your base progress stays tied to your own siege. Just a heads up. If your friend starts during early access and joins a siege, there's no guarantee you'll get into the same one later. Why? Because their siege might already be full. So here's a tip. If you want to build together from the start, coordinate your edition and launch time. Starting together gives you the best shot at landing in the same siege and staying connected. With servers and start time sorted, let's move on to something a little less technical and a bit more personal. Cosmetics and DLC might not change the game, but for a lot of players they help define the vibe, the atmosphere, and the way you experience Arrakis. And that's where the Season Pass comes in. It's included in Deluxe and Ultimate Editions and give you access to 4 post-launch DLCs. So what does these DLCs include? The first DLC, Wildfire of Arrakis, includes decorative placeables based on Dune's fauna. The others likely bring more cosmetics, lore and world building, not new gameplay mechanics. You might be asking, is the Season Pass essential? And the answer is no. It won't give you any advantage in PvP or survival, but if you care about style, base looks or lore content, it's a fun bonus. Bottom line, great for immersion fans, totally optional for everyone else. So, what edition is right for you? That depends on what kind of player you are. Let's break it down. Go standard if you're taking a relaxed approach. Maybe you don't need to be first in, you just want to experience the full game without paying extra for early access or cosmetics. You'll still get everything core to the game, just 5 days later. No pressure, no extras. Go Deluxe if you're playing with friends from day one, want to experience everything as it rolls out, and appreciate some solid cosmetics and DLC included up front. Great if you want to start early and lock in some future DLC. Go Ultimate if you're all in on Dune, the world building, the lore, the music, the visuals, or if you just really want a building set. Personally, I'm going with the Ultimate Edition, mostly for the building set. I'm into base building and that's the part that really made it worth it for me. And by the way, don't forget, this could affect if you and your friends end up building in the same siege. If your friend jumps in during early access and you wait, you might end up in different sieges. You can still team up and run missions, but base building and land claiming, that stays local to your own shard. So if you care about sticking together, a little coordination goes a long way. Match your additions, sync your start times, land together, play together. That tiny bit of planning now could save you a ton of frustration later. So now that you know what early access really gets you, how servers work and what's in the season pass, which edition are you going for? Are you jumping in early on June 5 or waiting until June 10? Let me know in the comments. And if you're still here, quick heads up, you'll probably be able to move sieges later, but like a sandstorm, it won't be instant. It might take a while before you can, so it's never a bad idea to plan ahead. That's it for this video, thanks for watching and have a great day everyone.